Hi, welcome back to Marga Country Crafts and Miniatures. My name is Catherine and thanks for clicking on this video. And if you're a new watcher, thanks for coming to this channel. Today we've got a different kind of video. We've got a top 20 items for a craft toolkit. So these are the top 20 items that I recommend that you have in your craft toolkit to do crafts and DIYs. First up is number 20. We're going to go from number 20 down to 1. But number 20 is some white chalk paint. This one's by Folk Art. Specifically, it's like a furniture paint. But this is just a great staple to have. White chalk paint has great coverage and covers up anything and gives a nice matte finish. It's a staple. Number 19, also by Folk Art, I have this wood tint, this home decor wood tint, and this is a really good basic to have if you work with a lot of wood products. So on this channel, you'll have seen that I've done a lot of wood crafts and DIYs. Well, I've used this product to stain them, and it gives a really nice stain color. On to number 18. You can't use the first two products without using a foam brush. I love these foam brushes because they're quick and easy to use. And then when I'm done with them, I throw them out. I'm not really good at washing my paint brushes. Maybe I should get better at that for sustainability. But on to number 17 is this roller tool. This roller tool is great for flattening out paper projects, anything that maybe you've glued down that you want to have a nice level surface on. This is a great tool to just smooth that all over your project. Number 16 is double-sided tape. Now this may look like it's single-sided tape, but don't be fooled. That's just because it still has its backing on it to make it double-sided tape. Double-sided tape I really love to use on many various things. Like I used it in my miniature room for the paper walls. Works real great with paper. And number 15 is another adhesive item, but this is E6000. So E6000 is great in conjunction with hot glue. Gives a nice strong hold. And number 14, a ruler. You have to have a ruler. Keep things in alignment, measuring and keeping things straight when you're working with your projects, for cutting stuff as well. This is really important. And number 13, pencils. I can't tell you how many times I have turned to my side and been like, where is my pencil? I need a pencil just to make a mark of where you need to cut, or to draw out a line of where you also need to cut or glue down anything. These are just a great number 2 pencil. And number 12 is Aleene's Tacky Glue. And specifically, I love this Tacky Glue by Aleene's. It says America's favorite on the bottle. And I totally understand why. This is a value bottle, so it has 25% more in it. But this is a great glue. Dries pretty quickly for a white glue. Number 11 is the trusty X-Acto knife. This is very handy to have in your toolkit just for making simple cuts. Nothing too thick, such as wood, but you would want to use it for paper projects, and just all your other daily crafting uses. Number 10 is this paper trimmer. This is by Fiskars. I love this paper trimmer. It gives a really nice cut and a real straight, clean cut as well. And I'm just gonna show you a little example of how it cuts. Cuts like that on this scrap piece of paper. I use this in my Victorian miniature room when I was doing my paper walls. So it's a great tool to have on hand. And number 9 is some sandpaper. So it's really handy to have sandpaper next to you, especially if you work with a lot of wood projects, wood materials. You definitely don't want a rough surface, so you want to sand any aspect of that down. Even in my latest DIY, the wooden boxes I used it was great. Number 8 is a good old-fashioned pair of scissors. These are actually fabric scissors, so they have a great springy system to them, and they're really heavy duty. So I find I can cut through pretty thick materials with these scissors, and I got them from the dollar store. They were in the sewing section. So I highly recommend getting one of these, because these aren't just your regular school scissors. If you're liking this video, please like it. If you would like to subscribe, I would love that. Please subscribe. And please turn on the bell notification so you know when I upload. And yeah, so I really recommend these. And item number 7 is a handheld vacuum. So this one is a cordless handheld vacuum, and I recommend this because you're making a mess. You're a DIYer, you're a crafter, you're making a mess in your space quite regularly, and especially for my case, my surface gets dirty really quickly, and I want to be able to suck up all that extra dust and debris, especially if I've been working with wood products and cutting the wood products. I want something that can easily and quickly clean up my surface, and this does the job. And it is rechargeable, which is a nice feature. On to item number 6, the good old hot glue gun. What would a crafter or DIYer be without a glue gun? It's just a staple of everybody's toolkit. And you may be wondering, why isn't this number 1? And I know, but there are other items where I love them just as much and need them just as much for my DIYs and crafts. So this glue gun here is well loved, as you can see. It's by Bonder, and it's cordless, but it does click into a docking station, which charges it up. Has great little green details on it, and it's a high temperature glue gun, so it really does a good job. It even has the little plate that will catch the excess glue, which has come in handy many, many times. And number 5, you'll need some hot glue sticks. Of course, you'll need some hot glue sticks for your hot glue gun. And I got this value pack off of Amazon. It's 120 hot glue sticks. So great value, because I use a lot of hot glue. Hot glue is my go-to out of any adhesive. So it's good to have a lot of them on hand so that you can craft and DIY at a moment's notice. And number 4, I love this product, lightweight spackling, or any wall spackling. This one's by Dab, it's fast and final, but I love using this product as a crafting and DIY tool. When I'm creating stuff and I want to add texture to a project, this is the stuff that I like to go to because once it dries, it's a very hard textured surface that you can paint over, that you can glue stuff on top of, but most importantly, it just gives your project a great texture to it, and I love working with it. And that brings me to number 3, baking soda. This is also one of my key favorite tools to use to create texture in my crafts and my DIYs. Baking soda, you pour this into some paint and you have immediately a chalk finish paint. It's perfect. If you have a really runny paint that's from like the dollar store perhaps, and you need it to be thicker and to have better coverage, just pour some baking soda into the paint, and you have yourself a great brand new paint. Item number 2 is a heat gun. I really recommend getting a heat gun. If you do a lot of crafts and DIY, waiting around for the paint or the glue to dry is probably the worst part about crafting and DIY. It's like you just want to get on with it. You want your creative expression to come out as it's happening, and nothing slows it down more than waiting for paint or paint to dry. So I love using my heat gun to speed up that process. This one is a neon pink, and you can see just from the demonstration it has a pretty good force to it. And yeah, I really recommend it. It has a stand that kicks it up so it stands up, and I got this one off of Amazon. I'll try to link it in the description for you. And that brings us to item number 1. Number 1 tool, I think, in the toolkit is a table saw. So not a regular table saw, which is huge, takes up a lot of space. This one is perfect for crafters and DIYers. This one, it is a mini table saw, tabletop saw. So I probably don't have all the proper pieces that came with this table saw for like safety reasons on top of it, but I use this just as it is, and I make sure to be very careful and wear some glasses, sometimes even some gloves. I do recommend that as well, but it's good for small projects. It's good for small wood pieces like a popsicle stick, which I just demonstrated. It's great for cutting anything that's of a thicker material, like plastic, wood, as I mentioned. So this one I definitely recommend, and I'll try to link it in the description for you. So here's a recap of all 20 items that I recommend that everyone get in their toolkits for doing crafts and DIYs. I hope this was helpful for you to see some maybe items you never would have thought of getting to use for crafting and DIYing. But this is just my toolkit. Your toolkit may look different. Either way, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Comment down below which item was your favorite. Which item do you think you would use the most in your crafting and DIY? Is it the hot glue gun? I wouldn't blame you if it's the hot glue gun. That's absolutely mine as well. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.